How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the first video on the Pro Pass. Thank you for being here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to wash the exterior of your vehicle safely. And it just so happens to be that we've got a very nice RS5 that was in for some maintenance today. So that is what you're currently watching as we talk. As always, guys, thank you for the support, and I'm just going to run you through the products we're going to be using today. So for the wheels, we're going to be using their non-acidic wheel cleaner, and for the pre-wash stage, we're going to be using the citrus pre-wash and the ice bug snow foam, which is amazing, by the way. And then for the contact wash, we're going to be using their shampoo. I'm also not too sure whether to do these style videos where I'm talking or to sort of mix it up and put music in between a few shots. So I'm going to try and do a bit of both. I'm going to be talking at some stages, and then you might hear some music. But yeah, enjoy the video. If you like it, drop a like, let me know any feedback, positive and negative. As long as it's constructive, then I don't mind that. But yeah, I'm going to leave you to the video, and I'm going to jump in every now and then, and in the meantime I'm going to play some music, so enjoy it. So what you're going to see me do here is spray down the whole wheel with some citrus pre-wash. This is the Detail Bug citrus pre-wash, and we're going to be hitting the tyres, the faces, the barrels, the calipers. This is especially important as these wheels are a gloss black, so any dirt that gets rubbed into the wheel is going to cause scratches and marring, which is what we want to avoid in every aspect of this wash. So this is me just spraying it down. We're going to leave that dwell for a few minutes and then give it a quick rinse off. While that was dwelling though, I went ahead and worked on the arches. These are carpet lined, so I used one of these dirt blasters which I got off Amazon. I'll leave the link below to where you can get one of those. There was also a guy scraping his driveway throughout this whole video. He's doing it, I don't know what he's doing, but he was doing it for about 2 hours. So I apologise for that. You can hear it throughout the whole video. There's not a lot I can do about it. So now the wheel's been pre-washed, you can see that it's got a little bit of colour back to it. It will still need to be followed up by a contact wash though, because if this dried, you would still see a lot of surface dirt on there. So what I'm going to be doing is spraying down the whole wheel again with some wheel cleaner, and I'm going to let that dwell, and then we can go ahead and work on the rest of the wheel. So after I've hit the barrels with the Easy Detail large brush, I went ahead and went round the wheel nuts with the oral swabs, which if you literally search oral swabs on Amazon, these little fellas will come up. You can get about 200 or 300 of them for about £9, and they make the job really easy. So when working on wheels, I also opt for the wheel mitt method as opposed to using a small brush, purely just because it's a lot more efficient. You can get behind the spokes, which you can't do with a brush, and you know, it just makes the whole job a lot more easier for me. So as you're seeing in this video, and you'll see throughout the whole video as well, the key to a safe wash, especially when it comes to any sort of contact washing, is to have a really good shampoo that offers great lubricity and suds. You don't want a shampoo that's just going to die after like 5 minutes. This is another reason why I do really rate the Detail Bug range. Their shampoo especially is up there with the best. So repeat that method for however many wheels you're working on, and then it's time to move on to the pre-wash stage. As mentioned before, I'm using the Detail Bug Citrus pre-wash, and also notice how I'm starting on the shaded side. This is really important when you're working in direct sun, and even though it wasn't the hottest on that day, it still would have been very important to start on the side that was in the shade first. So cover the whole car in that pre-wash. And then we'll go ahead and lay the snow foam on top. Now, I don't want to get too sciencey, but the reason that the snow foam is really good and important is because of the colour. It's obviously white and it refracts heat, so it allows that pre-wash underneath to then dwell, drag all of the dirt off, and the more dirt you can get off before the contact wash, the better. When rinsing the car off, you need to keep in mind that you rinse from the top to bottom. You don't want to be rinsing from bottom to top, as you'll just be pushing dirt up the car, and then it is increasing the risk of that dirt then staying on the car for the contact wash. So just keep that in mind next time you wash yours or your client's car. So now that has been rinsed off, we've got the majority of the dirt off the car. We can go ahead and work on the badges and the grills. For this, I'm going to be spraying it down with some APC and then spraying it into a very soft detailing brush that won't cause any scratches, but will make sure that those areas are getting hit. So moving on to the contact wash, and now the key thing to keep in mind here is we want to be working in straight lines only. You may have seen at hand car washes and the whole idea of wax on wax off type, people working in circular motions. We don't want that, as that will induce swirl marks down the line. So as you can see here, I'm working in straight lines up and down, left to right, and then shortly I'll be showing you how to wash your mitt in between sort of panels and half panels. This is going to be used with the 2 buckets that we filled up with water. Now as you can see, they both do have grit guards in. We want to make sure that all the dirt has come out of that wash mitt, so we're going to give it a really good scrub, a real good rinse, and what happens is that dirt then will be trapped underneath that grit guard, and then give it a nice big dunk in the bucket full of clean water, and you're ready to go. So I'm going to jump in here because I can't bear to listen to that generator any longer, and I know you guys don't want to listen to that either. So here I'm just completing the contact wash, and another thing I didn't mention earlier is the reason we start with a roof is because you want to start with the least dirty panel, as what's going to happen is if you start with the bottom of the car, you're going to be putting that dirty water into the bucket, and then your wash mitt is going to get rinsed in and out of that throughout the whole wash. Whereas it's far more efficient and far more safe to start with the top of the car and work your way down, so you're giving the car, you're giving yourself a chance at least. You're not going to get that odd bit of dirt that's going to be in the bucket for over 5 or 10 minutes just floating around. Although the grit guards are there for safety, they're not foolproof, and if you do put masses of dirt in that bucket, you are going to run into some trouble. So start from the roof and work your way down. So another great tip is when you're working in direct sunlight, it doesn't have to be a hot day, but as long as there's sunlight there, water, chemicals will dry. So what I do is I literally just mist over the panels with the jet wash. It doesn't take up a lot of water. Keep doing this every couple minutes and you'll ensure that safe wash remains a safe wash. So moving on to the back of the car, I actually noticed that the suds in the bucket, they died down a little bit. So by all means, go ahead and, zhuzh them up a little bit. You're not going to be passing loads of dirt around the bucket, as this is the clean bucket. It is the whole idea that the dirt is kept in that separate bucket and not getting contaminated in the clean bucket. So moving on to the drying process, I'm using a towel from the Detail Bug because they sold these snazzy purple ones and I just had to get one. But anyway, I just pat it down and you can just drag the towel down the panel. It always helps to have the towel sort of damp already. So dry your windows first or lightly mist the towel with some quick detailer, just so that towel isn't completely dry at first. But as you can see, it's making light work of the bonnet. And yeah, look at that gloss, Jesus. Now, when it comes to drying the lower parts of the car, as you can see, I've got one hand that is suspending the towel up because this towel is quite big. I believe it's 90 centimeters long, if I remember right. You don't want it dragging on the floor, so it's always good just to suspend it up with one arm, and then you will ensure that you're not scraping it off the bottom, which that obviously will lead to scratches because you'll be picking up stones, debris, and yeah, stay away from that. When I'm drying the wheels, I always like to spray a bit of quick detailer on. Again, this is from Detail Bug, and using a small drying towel, just go in and out of the spokes, drying them one by one. Do this for all four wheels, and it add a little bit of gloss to them, especially being gloss black. They came up really nice. So when it comes to cleaning door shuts and boot shuts, this is just a one-off because this car is kept so well. They aren't actually that dirty, so a bit of quick detailer is all that's needed. But I will make a separate video on for those door shuts and boot shuts that are in worse condition in the future. So when it comes to windows, I use just a quick detailer, again from Detail Bug, and then with a microfiber, just wipe that down, and then what you'll see me do in a second is just fold that in, and then just give it a quick buff off, just so there's no streaks that are left. I do this for all of the windows. Personally, it adds a little bit of protection there as well. Although this video isn't protection focused, and it's mainly focusing just on the washing techniques, you know, it's always just good to have a little bit of protection on the windows. But again, a video will be coming in the future where I'll be showing you protection and what types of protection to use on what surfaces. So the trim and tyre dressing that you'll see me apply here is also from Detail Bug. It's their trim and tyre dressing. I feel it offers a nice finish to the tyre. It's not too shiny, it doesn't sling, but it just gives that black effect, and it always makes it look like the wheel has been freshly cleaned and dressed, which is the main aim. And it's just really, really easy to use. It's not sticky, and it's my go-to tyre dressing. But anyway, that is the car complete. Enjoy the visuals. unfortunately, guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm really, really grateful that you are here. This is the first video of this page, so I'm still experimenting with different styles, how much to talk, how much to not talk, where to put music in. So it'd be greatly appreciated if you could leave some leave some comments in the comments section. Drop me a message. What sort of content do you prefer? I'm always looking to improve. But for now, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.